that are repeat notes? Abby?
Yes, two F's.
Two F's. And where do you find those F's? On measure 39. I mean on number 39.
On number one.
You mean the one where it goes F, F, E flat, D, C?
Yes.
Okay, so that'd be the third full measure, correct? Yeah, because the first one's a pickup, but that's okay. Very good. That's exactly what I was thinking. That does look a little low. Boy. Okay, so how many do we have? And where are they? Basically, measure one. Very good. Nicely done. Okay, so there you go. Good examples. Would you play those two notes real quick for me? The ones you just mentioned. Okay, very good. Play your two notes. Very good. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Next, up for grabs, is this thing called a step. Two adjacent notes that are one step and one line and space apart from each other. So these two would be an example of a step. From a line to the very next space, or a space to the very next line. Now let me ask you this. Am I only talking about going up?
No.
Could they also go?
Yeah.
Okay, they can. Very good. Okay, yes, Brianna.
I found one.
Okay, show me.
In the first measure, the B to the.
B flat to the C. Very good. Boy, play those real quick for me, would you? Okay, very good. Boy. Very good. Okay, and where is that? Where is that particular one at? Oh, is that in measure 3? Is that right? Point 2. Okay, so you're thinking right here. There's the E flat. Okay, very good. Okay. Think of another one that goes maybe up.
Mine was up, wasn't it?
Oh, yours was up, and yours was down. Is there another one, Abby? And where is this at?
E to the D, you mean?
What?
Or there's a D to an E.
There is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know what that is.
It's after the rest of this one. And measure after.
Oh, okay, so when it goes from the 5th measure to the 6th measure? Is that what you're talking about?
I found
Good.
another one.
You found another one?
It was the F to the E, and then right there it has the E to the D also.
Okay, so we now have a series of steps. Does anybody know what a series of steps means?
Not
It might be part of a, starts with the letter S, arrow, might be part of a scale.
oh, yeah.
Okay? You guys have been working on scales, have you not?
Yes.
Could you go to that scale real quick? Just go to the B flat one on page 40. And let's just do the first 8 notes together.
Is that all the way to the top?
Yes.
Okay.
Here we go. And watch the half notes.
Yes. Page 40.
Page 40. Yes, you may stand, of course. Here you go. Ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and go. And stop. Very good. Remember what I said, the first note is also a half note. And we watch the half at the very beginning, and it has how many counts?
1, 2 beats.
Thank you. Here we go. Yeah, that's why I scratch my chin. There we go. One more time. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and go. Good. You have a series of steps right there called a scale. Okay? Fantastic. All right. So we have lots of different types of steps. Okay? Now there are steps. I'll just broaden this one out a little bit. There are steps that go up, and then they peak, and then they start coming down.
We have
Okay.
a different,
You guys remember this? There's a special term for the 3 notes that are right around the curve.
it's in,
It's, what do we call houses that are right next to ours and the people who live in them?
Neighbors?
Neighbors. Very good. So watch this. We have 3 notes, and you see these 2 notes are on the same space right there. Okay, that's a clue for you. First of all, that's a clue, and it actually helps make music reading easier. If you guys are reading, first of all, if you're reading more than 1 note at a time, which you should be reading, just think about it. Do we read books like, and I went to, do we read like that?
No.
Is that the ideal way to read?
No,
We want to read fluently, right?
yeah,
Okay.
you want to play.
And I went to the store. Could you imagine if I talked like
You're trying not.
that?
You're trying to talk like that, but then you're like,
It's hard. It's really hard because we're not taught to talk like that.
talk.
And so you don't want to play like that either. So that's why you have to make sure your eyes are looking at a few more notes at a time. If you know this relationship here is called a neighbor, and specifically it's a special type of neighbor, and I'll tell you how we know
An
this.
adjacent neighbor?
No. The way we know what kind of a neighbor it is depending on the middle of the 3 notes. Okay? If it's above or
Hello.
below the outer 2 notes. So for instance, here might be another note. Okay? That one right there tells us it's an upper neighbor,
A lower neighbor is
and this one
would
would
be
be
a lower.
a lower. Very good. Nicely done. Okay, so do we have, I don't know if we have any, in back to number 39.
My dreidel.
In my dreidel. Now, it does not count if it's more than a step away. So, for instance, if it's from a space or a line to a line and then back to a line, it doesn't count.
How?
Well, that's not a neighbor. Because that's basically like being 2 houses away. Okay, we only want to be 1 house away. Okay, we want to go from line to the space back to the line.
Well, I have a question.
Yes.
What if you, can I show it there?
Sure, come on.
What if it's like right here? That's okay. What if it's right here and then you, that's okay?
Yeah, still wouldn't count.
What if it,
Would not count at all. It either has to be line, space, line, or space, line, space.
But what if it, like, it is like that, but it has more than one? Like if it has a,
Like if it's a chord,
no, if it has a space between it.
yeah, has to be to the very next line.
Oh, okay.
Okay, very good. So glad we got that taken care of. Okay. Oh. Skips. This is fairly simple. We have lots of these in number 39.
Yes.
They either go from a line to a line or a space to a space. Now, I'm not talking about a line to a line. I'm talking about the lines that are right next to each other, or spaces that are right next to each other. Okay, so can you show me those? There's a bunch of them somewhere. Abby?
add under these?
The F and D,
Yeah.
very good. Albany, can you show me some more towards the end? No, skips. Space to space. No, that's also hard too. E flat to the C. Can I hear you guys play the bottom line?
The whole bottom line?
Yeah, really slow. Okay, let's see if we can do this together. Ready?
But at the beginning, or did you want to start at D again?
Start at the D. Start at the D at the end of the first line. Ready? 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3. And stop. Okay, good. So that's a pretty good start right there. Good. Okay, so we'll go